Welcome to Dodgers Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad you decided to tune in. Hey, fans, today what we're going to do is we are going to cover Clayton Kershaw's last rehab start. Yes, I said last because he is set to join the club this week and make his next start for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And so we're going to cover what he was like on Friday night and cover that outing. And one thing that you're going to notice, first of all, he went 4 innings and he was 89 to 91. But what I really like about that 89 to 91 is that he was still hitting that 91 in the 4th inning, so the endurance was good. And then he used right there, so you see that sequence? Let me back that up. He used a slider curveball back-to-back. Now, he didn't double up pitches almost ever on Friday night's performance. We're going to get back to it here in just a second. Right here. So there's the slider. Watch this sequence here. Here's a slider, and then watch the curveball. All of that right there is to set up that 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Of course, right there you see the execution isn't always perfect, but it did set up that fastball. So the 91, yeah, that's not unbelievable velo, but whenever you're able to hit the outside corner like that with cutters/sliders and then use sequences of slider curveballs to get back to the fastball, it makes that fastball play up. And as we go on throughout this video, you're going to see, like right there, of course, that was a little bit elevated, but at 91 miles an hour, that's a pitch that could get really damaged in a professional setting. But because he had used his secondary pitches, all of them, and to get back to that fastball, the timing was not there, and he was able to stay safe in the middle of the zone with his fastball. Now here again, execution wasn't perfect, which is exciting. He just kind of hung a curveball in the middle of the plate. Now, why is that exciting? Because he had a good outing. There's a fastball, a little bit on the outer half, that he gets away with because of the great sequencing. But it's exciting for the simple fact that, hey, the execution wasn't perfect, and he was still able to get through 4 innings and still be Clayton Kershaw. So let's get on now to the 2nd inning of rehab for Kershaw. You see him start the inning with that big curveball, and then there's the slider. So last time he went slider curveball to get back to the fastball. That's Cody Hosey. Don't see that very often. This time you saw the curveball to get to the slider, then to the fastball. So just exactly backwards from the first sequence, but still using that slider curveball or curveball slider combo, however you want to slice it, to get back to the fastball. And there, because the sequencing is good, you see execution not always perfect. Slider right down center cut. Doesn't get hurt because he has changed speeds and changed the shapes of his sequencing so well to this point. And then there you see the slider, fastball, now a curveball, another pitch that wasn't executed perfectly, another fastball at center cut. You can see him look away, not real happy about that. But again, because he's changing speeds, moving the locations, differing the shapes of his off-speed pitches, he gets that right there. And then now this hitter is going to be like, wow, he really led me off with a fastball. I did not see that coming because he really hadn't done that to that point. Again, no 2 pitches back-to-back. Fastball, a perfect little slurve type pitch to the outer half, and then that slider. So this time, we've seen him, I've talked about a couple of times, go to that curveball slider, then the fastball, or slider curveball, then the fastball. Now he's going to go exactly backwards with that pattern. He's going to start the last hitter off with the fastball, then go slider curve. So, boy, that sequencing right there is absolutely Hall of Fame. There is Trey Sweeney making the last out of the 2nd inning. So that's now going to move us to the 3rd inning of Clayton Kershaw's rehab outing. And as we start this inning, let it off with just a get-me-over curveball. And the hitter's like, wow, I don't think that was even a strike. Challenge that. And you see that he lost that challenge. So curveball, fastball, back to an inside fastball, gets what he's setting up here. Yes, that curveball on the inner half again. So if you're a hitter, who knows what's coming? And who knows where it's going to be. I would have been looking slider away. Instead, he went curveball in, and I would not have had any idea that he's going to lead the inning off with a curveball. So the sequencing keeps you guessing as a hitter. And here you see, again, execution not perfect. Slider, cutter to the outer half gets him back to an inside fastball. And for him to be successful, he does have to use the inner half with the fastball plus that back foot slider you just saw there. And then he's trying to go a little bit further away. I don't think he's probably was very happy with that pitch. And because he went to the back foot and then to the outer half, now he's able to go to the top of the zone with the fastball and not get hurt. and then get an out. So, hey, there is a center cut slider, quite frankly, down the count 1-0. Really lucky that he got away with that pitch. Sometimes you just get lucky. He definitely did. And again, that just goes to show how exciting. Hey, look at that cutter / slider on the outer half. That's Alan Trejo. Just goes to show that whenever you sequence, though, like as well as he did, that you're able to get away with more mistakes. It's called increasing your margin for error when you change speeds and locate. And then here, hey, this is just the first pitch of an inning. It's like, let's just throw a first pitch strike. Got a first pitch out, tried to back-to-back. I said he didn't back-to-back very often. He did on this one. 2 center cut fastballs, got a really quick out. It's like, hey, let's see if we can steal another one. Maybe we could get into a 5th inning if we get a quick inning. Davis Wenzel, he just was all over it. Wenzel was a wonderful player at Baylor. Got to see him many times when he played Oklahoma State. And Wenzel has good major league experience. So when you go back-to-back to a major league hitter like that, sometimes that happens. And so Wenzel went deep on Kershaw. And so now we're back in battle mode. And then again, he doesn't like that little cutter there. So he's getting, the execution's not always perfect, but we're getting down to the end of the line. The tank is emptying kind of fastly here. But the impressive part of that is he's still hitting 91 right there with that fastball. So the endurance, like I said, was definitely there for Clayton Kershaw. The sequencing was fantastic. You see Hunter Fiducia blocking that ball in front. And now just trying to get to that finish line, get off the mound healthy, and put himself in a situation to where he can be called back up to the Los Angeles Dodgers, which is the exact goal of any rehab. Stay healthy, get your sequencing and all the fields down, and then get yourself back on the major league roster. That is the goal for all rehabs, and that is exactly what Clayton Kershaw did. And boy, I'll tell you what, coming down to the end of the tank to be able to paint a fastball like that and then throw one up in the zone. Now, if you're a hitter, he's already shown you that he can throw that curveball to the inner half. He can sweep that thing away from you. He can throw the fastball to the top of the zone. So you got the fastball top of the zone, and that's all she wrote. So great job, Clayton Kershaw. Can't wait to see him this week.